All right. Everyone ready to dive into Christmas?
I love that.
We're going deep, way beyond the usual Santa and presents, so I do love those.
Right.
I'm excited for the sources you dug up, real history.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas is celebrated all over the world.
And some of the controversies, too.
Oh, yeah, some of the controversies, too. There's some spicy stuff in there.
It's amazing how Christmas is celebrated pretty much globally, even in places where, Christianity isn't the dominant religion. It's this massive cultural and economic force now.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it. We all have those images. Santa, presents under the tree, carols.
Right.
But the actual date, December 25th, that wasn't when Jesus was born, was it?
That's the thing. The exact date is uncertain.
Okay.
And early Christians, they actually connected the celebration of Jesus' birth with Epiphany on January 6th.
Epiphany. Isn't that just about, like, the three wise men showing up?
It's a bit more than that. Initially, Epiphany celebrated Jesus' divinity in a broader sense, with a focus on his baptism.
Got it.
It was only later, like around the 4th century, that December 25th really became the Christmas in the West.
So Christmas, as we know it now,
Yeah.
it took centuries to solidify, to, like, become what we know.
Yeah.
And it wasn't all carols and good cheer, right? Weren't there stories about the Puritans trying to outlaw Christmas?
Oh, that's not a myth.
Really?
In 17th century England, the Puritans, well, they saw Christmas as too pagans and wanted to, purify the church.
Wow.
They banned feasting. They banned sports on Sundays.
No fun allowed.
Exactly. Even decorating with holly was considered rebellious.
That is a serious holiday crackdown. But, it's kind of ironic.
How so?
I feel like that attempt to, like, get rid of Christmas might have actually made it stronger in the long run.
Interesting point. You could say the ban totally backfired.
Yeah.
People held secret services. They clung even tighter to their traditions.
They were like, you can't take this away from us.
Exactly. There were even riots.
What Christmas riots?
You can imagine.
What was that about?
Football matches became acts of defiance against the Puritan rule.
A Christmas football riot.
Yeah.
Someone needs to make a movie about this.
I know, right?
So how did we go from all that to, like, Queen Victoria and Christmas trees?
Well, things took a turn in the 19th century. The holiday got a royal boost.
Right.
Queen Victoria's husband, Prince Albert, he brought the German tradition of decorating trees over to England.
That's right. He was German.
And it just took off like wildfire.
I know. It's so funny to picture someone like Queen Victoria. She was so
stoic.
Stern. Yes. Popularizing something so, festive.
Right. But it makes sense when you think about it. The royal family has always been a trendsetter, a tastemaker.
That's true. If the Queen's doing it, everyone's doing it.
Exactly.
But around the same time, you also have Charles Dickens publishing A Christmas Carol.
Yes.
And that story, I mean, everyone knows it.
Yeah.
With the redemption, the generosity.
Yeah.
That helps cement the idea of Christmas as a sentimental family celebration.
Absolutely. It solidified that image for generations to come.
So it was banned, embraced by royalty, shaped by literature.
It's been quite the journey.
It's not just hanging stockings. This is Christmas is a whole story of how traditions clash and change, get reinvented over time.
Precisely.
Wow.
And we've only scratched the surface here. We haven't even talked about global variations, the music, the controversies.
Oh, yeah.
Each layer reveals something new.
So much more to unpack.
About how Christmas reflects us, the best, and sometimes, the most challenging parts.
It's true. I never thought about Christmas like this before.
It's a fascinating lens to look at history and culture through.
All right. So we went from ancient Rome all the way to Queen Victoria.
It's a long history.
What about the stuff that makes Christmas, carols, the food, all those traditions?
Right. The things everyone has their own version of.
Exactly. Where did all that come from?
It's really interesting how those traditions evolve. Like, take carols, for example.
Okay.
They started as Latin hymns way back in 4th century Rome.
Wow. So no jingle bells back then.
Not quite. Can you imagine a Christmas Eve service with no Silent Night?
That's hard to picture. Some of the older hymns are still around, though, right?
Absolutely. Like, Corde Natus Ex Parentis, that goes back to the 7th century.
Wow.
And by the 15th century, we start to see carols more like we'd recognize today.
Okay.
There were these groups called wassailers.
Wassailers?
Yeah, they go door to door singing, spreading cheer.
I like them already.
They'd share a drink from a wassail bowl. Actually, that's where we get the phrase wassailing from.
So caroling is basically like medieval pub crawls with better music.
That's one way to put it.
But even with those old roots, some carols are global now.
Right.
Like Silent Night, Oh, Holy Night, you hear them everywhere.
It's amazing how they go beyond language and culture.
Yeah.
Those melodies, the lyrics, they tap into something universal about Christmas.
All right, enough caroling for now. Let's talk food.
Yes. Christmas dinner.
We have our turkey and all the fixings here, but what are people eating around the world?
Oh, that's where it gets interesting. Christmas cuisine is super diverse.
I bet.
In the UK, it's all about the roast, but in Poland and Scandinavia,
What?
fish is the main dish for Christmas Eve.
Fish. Seriously.
Yeah, it's a time of fasting in some traditions.
That makes sense, but I read about 12 different kinds of fish in Sicily.
It's a feast. And then you have roast goose in Germany, pork dishes in France and Austria.
So many options.
Every region has its own take on the Christmas meal.
From goose to fish, it seems like the one constant is everyone eats a lot.
It's a time to indulge, for sure.
And we can't forget the gifts. What would Christmas be without Santa?
Right. Although he wasn't always the Santa we know.
Yeah, he had a whole different origin story.
He's based on St. Nicholas, a 4th century bishop known for his generosity.
Especially to children.
Exactly. But his image changed over time,
Makes sense.
adding bits from different cultures until he became the jolly old elf we know today.
So Santa went global too.
Just like Christmas itself.
But it's not all carols and presents, is it? There are some controversies around Christmas too.
You're right, there have been restrictions, even bans, especially where Christianity isn't the main religion.
Right.
Like during the Soviet era, celebrations were suppressed, part of their atheist ideology.
I didn't know that.
Even today, some countries have restrictions, seeing it as clashing with their own beliefs.
It's a tough balance. Religious freedom and respecting different cultures.
It's a complicated issue, for sure.
And then there's the whole Happy Holidays versus Merry Christmas debate.
Oh yeah, that one gets heated every year.
I feel like it's become this, cultural battleground.
It is. Is it about being inclusive or erasing the religious aspect?
It's wild that a simple greeting can cause so much debate.
It goes deeper than just words. It reflects those anxieties about changing culture and religion's place in society. It reminds us that Christmas, even with all the joy, can also bring up those deeper societal tensions.
And that's not even getting into the economic side.
Right. Christmas is a huge global market.
Huge.
But some argue all that spending creates something called a dead weight loss.
The dead weight loss, what that?
The idea is that gift-giving pressure leads to buying things people might not actually want or need.
Oh, I see.
The cost to the giver doesn't always match the value for the receiver.
That's a good point, especially with all the economic problems in the world.
It makes you think, have we lost sight of what Christmas is really about with all the commercialization and everything?
That's a valid concern.
But even with all the controversies and debates, there are still those moments that show the real meaning.
Like what?
The Christmas truces during World War I, for instance.
Oh yeah, those stories are incredible.
Soldiers from opposite sides, putting down their weapons, singing carols, even playing football in a war zone.
Imagine that, in the middle of a war.
It's hard to picture something like that happening today, but it shows the power of the human spirit, the desire for peace.
It's like, for a moment, Christmas was bigger than the war.
Exactly. It's a reminder that hope, humanity, can exist anywhere.
Even in the most unexpected places. Speaking of unexpected, you mentioned something about mountain-sized Christmas trees. Okay, mountain-sized Christmas trees, you have to tell me more.
Get ready for a visual. Picture this. The slopes of Mount Ingino in Italy,
Okay.
covered in lights, they make the shape of a giant Christmas tree.
Wow.
It's officially the tallest Christmas tree in the world.
That's amazing. It's like something out of a movie.
It really is. It shows you what people can do with their creativity.
It's impressive.
And it brings people together, too. They create and enjoy this incredible thing together.
It's about more than just the tree itself.
Exactly. It's about community and the spirit of the season.
Speaking of things changing, you mentioned Ukraine and their Christmas celebrations.
Yeah, in 2023, Ukraine officially changed their Christmas day.
Oh, right. I read about that.
They moved it from January 7th to December 25th.
A big change.
Big political and religious implications with that one.
I bet.
Part of it was to distance themselves from the Russian Orthodox Church.
Which still celebrates on January 7th.
Exactly. Right?
So even Christmas is connected to global politics.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that traditions aren't set in stone.
They're always changing.
Reflecting the world around them. Which brings us to a question as we wrap up our Christmas deep dive.
Oh, okay.
What do you think the future of Christmas looks like? More secular, more unified globally, or will it keep changing in different ways?
It's a great question. From bans to royal approval, from those debates to mountain-sized trees.
It's been quite a journey.
Christmas has come a long way, and it's clearly still evolving.
What's striking is how it's both deeply personal and globally significant.
That's a good way to put it.
It's about family, tradition, hope. Even with all the complexities, it's still special to so many people.
I think you've nailed it. And as we head into the holidays ourselves,
Yes.
we want to hear from you. What are your favorite traditions? What does this time of year mean to you? Share your thoughts with us.
It's been so much fun unwrapping all these layers of Christmas with you.
Absolutely.
From all of us here, happy holidays.
And a very Merry Christmas to those who celebrate.